ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. Shubha Deepavali to everyone. What is the Tithi today? Right now it is what? Right now it is Baras. Today morning Ekadashi got over. Right now it is Dwadashi. So Deepavali starts from Ekadashi, Rama Ekadashi actually. So Rama Ekadashi is observed first, then Dwadashi, and today is also what we call special Dwadashi. It is Govatsa Dwadashi. So we worship the cows today. And in the earlier days, cattle itself is wealth. Cattle was considered as the wealth. Cows, horses, elephants, a lot of those. And even today, if you go to villages, so many homes, they run mainly on the cattle. They have one or two cows and the household runs with that. Farmers and many of them. So for us, cow is not an ordinary animal. And you know, Deepavali is a series of festivals which is connected with two very important things which we generally forget. Because we have got completely as though separated from our scriptures, and one is Samudra Manthan, another is Yamaraj. कोई किसी को इनका याद भी नहीं आता है. Deepavali and lighting of the lamp and bursting crackers, eating sweets, doing party and Deepavali party and travel outside, all that happily one does. If Samudra Manthan had not happened, none of this would have been possible. In Bharat, we believe that the cows are all descendants of Kamadhenu. And Kamadhenu came from where? Samudra Manthan. So Dwadashi itself, this special Dwadashi is Govatsa Dwadashi. It is because of Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan, I hope all of you know. Kshir Sagar was churned. Mandrachal mountain. And Vasuki is the snake. And Bhagwan becomes Kurma avatar and goes down, supports that whole mountain. And when they are doing the churning, wish comes out first and Shivji takes that. Then various other things come out. In that Kamadhenu comes. From that only Lakshmi Devi also comes. And finally Dhanvantari Bhagwan also comes from there with the pot of nectar. And all these are celebrated in Deepavali, but nobody remembers Samudra Manthan. Deepavali is actually a festival of churning. Light will come only when there is churning that happens. By light we mean light of knowledge. Unless churning doesn't happen inside, the light of knowledge will not arise. We may light lot of lamps outside, but if we are not churning the mind within, what Deepavali are we celebrating? So think about that. That what is the purpose of this? So Govatsa Dwadashi is the day when we worship the cows, and today I thought different shlokas which are there, we should just repeat those and understand the significance. Some of you may know this, but some of you may not. So repeat. On this day, Govatsa Dwadashi, we do the worship of the cows and the calves. And today we are not supposed to have milk products. Because today is supposed to be holiday for the cow. If you already had milk products, don't worry, nothing is going to happen now.
Swamiji, we are having it again.
Oh, you're having it again now in the prasad. See, the idea was that you worship the cow, you respect the cow that day and feed it nicely, decorate it, do the puja, go puja and all that, and chutti, holiday for the cow. So, for us, cow, Go Mata, is not just an animal. Any animal, any creature has its own right to live, but for us, cow is very, very special. Because one is it has come from Samudra Manthan, and from Samudra Manthan, what came out? So Kamadhenu is a divine cow, and all the devatas reside in the Kamadhenu. Nandini, Surabhi, etc. They come from Kamadhenu, and there are many, many different aspects of Kamadhenu. So we invoke cow is a very sattvic animal, gives maximum, takes bare minimum. What Gurudev said to us in Chinmaya Mission Pledge, na? Producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. So Deepavali is a festival for that. We produce more than what we consume. Today the mindset has gone into consumerism only. Maximum naya खरीदो. The best part is जो पुराना खरीदा है वो पहले निकालेंगे, फिर नया खरीदेंगे, कुछ साल के बाद उसी को वापस निकालेंगे. Many times we don't even think, do I need this, do I don't need this. Mind doesn't, it is one peer pressure. Everybody is buying, I should also buy. One can buy whatever, there is nothing wrong. Festival, enjoy, celebrate, it will help so many people. But the point is, producing more than what we consume, giving more than what we take. The focus should be on production. What did I give back? How much did I serve? Cow is an animal whose milk we use, dung we use, urine is used, skin is used, so many things are used. And we associate cow with Sattvikta, with Sattva Guna. We associate cow with Bhagavan Krishna. We associate cow with even our senses. Go, one meaning of go is senses. So the idea here is the cow is worshipped. May the sattvic qualities of the cow come into us. And is it not sad that even though this country worships the cows, this is the second largest exporter of beef. Pink export. Still doing. 10 years ago it should have already stopped. Abhi tak wo nahi hua. And it's only increasing. We worship go as Mata. So, we are going to chant 2 shlokas today. You repeat after me. Kshirodharnava sambhute Surasura namaskrite Sarvadeva maye mataha Grahanarghyam namostute. Simple meaning. Kshirodharnava sambhute, who is born from the Samudra Manthan. Surasura namaskrite is worshipped by both Sura and Asura. Sarvadeva maye mataha, all the devatas reside in the cow. And Grahanarghyam, I am offering water to you, please accept it. Namostute, salutations to you. You know, today, if you see, you do your Google research, people are they are paying $100, $200 to sit around a cow and spend time with a cow for half an hour. Yeah, check. Cow therapy is there. Yeah. Abroad people are doing. Yahan pe to people are anyway, we love cows and we just sit with the cow and do very regularly. Now they are finding that, oh, very gentle creature and, cow and sit around the cow and, so many things have to go from there, come back to us with some scientific thing, and then they will say for mental health, this is a very great thing to do and cow is very loving and all that. Anyway, they are recognizing that is at least good. We should not forget that. So that is the first shloka. Second one, Sarvadeva Maye Devi
सर्वदेवमये देवी
Sarvadevairalankrite
सर्वदेवैरलङ्कृते
Matar Mamabhilashitam
मातर्ममाभिलषितम्
Saphalam Kurunandini.
सकलं कुरु नन्दिनी
Sarvadeva Maye Devi, O Divine Mother, all Devatas reside in you. Sarvadevair Alankrite, you are decorated and worshipped by all the Devatas. O Mother, Mama Abhilashitam Saphalam Kuru, please bless me with fulfillment of my desires. Do you know, traditionally, when a house is bought, they will take the cow inside the house. That is considered very sacred. And if the house has negative energy, that cow will not go inside only. Yeah. So then you have to do something to figure it out and then remove that negative energy, then the cow will go inside. They have different traditions. Some of them will make the baby pass below the cow. Newborn baby, pass below the cow. Some people think all this is superstition, what is the scientific reason, this and that. See, the idea is everything doesn't have to be scientific only, There are many things which are cultural, spiritual, amazing traditions are there in our country. What is the idea? May the blessing of the cow always be on this child, and cow is very emotionally, very easy to connect with a cow at emotional level. And being a very sattvic animal, the qualities of Sattva Guna, the qualities of love, compassion, kindness, all that, those are very important. That may the child have. So Govatsa Dvadashi is for that. Then comes Trayodashi. So Trayodashi is the 13th Tithi. That day, Dhanvantari Bhagwan appears. So Dhanvantari Bhagwan appears and Mother Lakshmi also appears. So interesting thing is, Mother Lakshmi, there are two different versions about Mother Lakshmi manifesting. There are many versions actually, but two I am going to share today. So Mother Lakshmi is, in one Puranic story, it is said she is born to Bhrigu Rishi and his wife Khyati, and a small girl, and she has lots of good qualities. So she is named Lakshmi. And what are her good qualities? Very pure, pious, gentle, compassionate, all that. And Lakshmi is because she has good Lakshana. Today we think of Lakshmi and we say Laksh hona chahiye jeevan mein, Laksh. Actually Lakshmi is from Lakshana. In Sanskrit that's how it is. So she has lot of good Lakshanas, good qualities, values. And so she was named Lakshmi. And she develops lot of devotion for Bhagavan Vishnu. So she goes on the banks of the ocean. Her father is anyway Bhrigu Rishi. Bhrigu Rishi, all of us know. One of the stories of Bhrigu Rishi is he went and kicked. You know that story? So who is the greatest of all, Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh? So when he went to Brahmaji was in meditation. He didn't get up to receive him. Bhrigu Rishi felt insulted, he went from there. Then he went to Shivji. Shivji was in meditation, but he realized Bhrigu Rishi has come. He got up and he went to embrace him. And Bhrigu Rishi said, what is this? He went away from there. Then he went to Vishnu Bhagwan. Vishnu Bhagwan is in his Yoga Nidra on the Kshir Sagar. Interesting that is depiction, The sustainer is sleeping. Correct. It appears as sleeping, But the fact is that is yoga nidra. It is not ordinary sleep like ours. It is full of sattva guna. Anyway, so he was in his yoga nidra and Bhrigu Rishi goes there and he says, Brahmaji was okay, he was meditating. Shivji got too excited and he came to embrace me. But this is, he is sleeping. What is this? So he went and gave one kick on the chest. And Vishnu Bhagavan got up and immediately he said, I am so sorry, I could not receive you, welcome you, and I hope your feet have not got hurt, because my chest may be hard. So maybe I hope your feet has not got hurt. Bhrigu Rishi, he felt so happy. He says, Vishnu Bhagavan is the greatest. Now the sign of Bhrigu Rishi's feet is still there on the chest of Bhagavan Vishnu. To that Bhrigu Rishi, this daughter has been born. And she comes to know the greatness of Mahavishnu, and so she goes on the banks of the ocean and she starts worshipping Mahavishnu, and 1,000 years pass. Indra Bhagavan takes the disguise of Mahavishnu and comes there, saying ki I am very pleased with your tapas. Ask what you want. She says, first show me Vishwarupa. Indra quietly goes back saying, I am sorry, I came in this form. He goes back and she meditates for some more time, and then Bhagavan himself comes and she says, please show me the Vishwarupa. And so Bhagavan shows the Vishwarupa, and then she is very satisfied, happy, and she says, I have been meditating on you and I want to marry you. So the marriage of Bhagavan Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi happens. So that is one story. The second story is, so the point to learn in this story is what? See, many people think, that those who are very sattvic in nature, those who are pious, who follow good values, they can be easily fooled. Indra could not fool. Indra is the king of Devatas. Even Indra could not fool Lakshmi Devi. Because Sattva Guna is connected with smartness. Sattva Guna is connected with purity. And one whose mind is pure, that person's intuitive power is also very strong. And the person will feel the positivity, energy and negativity, all that one will be able to feel, and looking at the body language also one will know. So these are wrong notions in the minds of people. So actually if you see, Deepavali is a festival to celebrate Sattva Guna. Govatsa Dwadashi, cow is a sattvic animal. Lakshmi Devi, we connect Lakshmi Devi to wealth. But Lakshmi Devi, when she manifested from the oceans, she is white in color, wearing white clothes, white lotus, everything is white about her when she manifests from the Kshir Sagar. And even when so where does Lakshmi Devi live? People will say, no, she always is at the feet of Bhagavan Vishnu only. And that feministic type of attitude people have, why is Lakshmi always at the feet of Vishnu and why she should be sitting there only? And Lakshmi Devi also is in the heart of Bhagavan, and there is a Shrivatsa mark also. Lakshmi Devi is there also. That they don't recognize. And Lakshmi Devi actually otherwise lives in a forest of lotuses, Kamalvan. And in Lakshmi Puja, the one who offers maximum lotuses, on that day, at least 13 lotuses one should offer. Trayodashi it is. And we actually worship Dhanvantri Devata on that day, and in Lakshmi Puja, we offer minimum 13 lotuses. Purana says that. So Purana says that you offer minimum 13 lotuses and Mother Lakshmi is very pleased. Now why lotus again? Because lotus is symbol of detachment, fullness, completeness, purity, all that. So second day also when we worship, we actually worship Dhanvantri Devata and Mother Lakshmi manifests from the Kshir Sagar. And one interesting Subhashita I read somewhere. It said that, I was reading for Madhurashtakam. So in that second line, second shloka has Vasanam Madhuram, Valitam Madhuram. So this Vasanam Madhuram, his clothes are very good of Krishna Bhagavan. So one Shubhashita I was reading was very amusing. That if you wear good clothes like Vishnu Bhagavan, then you will get Lakshmi. If you are like Shivji, you will get only poison. Because Samudra Devta decided to give Lakshmi Devi, no, he is very well dressed, so my daughter will go there. Oh, that's a Subhashita, okay, that people write out of their imagination and their, poetic skills. Lakshmi Devi, who herself goes to Bhagavan Vishnu, because she likes the one who is desireless. So Lakshmi Devi stays at the feet of Bhagavan Vishnu means what? She will always serve the one who is desireless. Desireless. She will be at the feet of the person who is desireless. Everywhere else she will not remain steady. She will come and go. She is chanchal. She will not stay in one place. But she will stay steadily at the feet of Vishnu Bhagavan. Why? You look at any great master. Lakshmi will be, they can easily produce Lakshmi by their will. That they don't interfere in law of karma is a different thing, but otherwise you look at them. Another point to understand is also this. The one who does not keep Lakshmi with him and who uses Lakshmi to serve. How does Bhagavan Vishnu sustain the whole world? Through Mother Lakshmi, with the help of Mother Lakshmi. And do you know, avatar of Bhagavan, whenever it happens, Mother Lakshmi comes with him. In different ways, she will be there. That's also another unique thing that I learned. Especially Vishnu Bhagavan. Whenever he takes an avatar, Mother Lakshmi will be there with him. And Shri and Lakshmi are two different forms of Mother Lakshmi. Shri is different, Lakshmi is different. Though one, she appears as two, and though she is two, actually she is only one. So when Mother Lakshmi appears from the whole Samudra Manthan, the rishis and all of them, they start chanting the Shri Suktam. They revere her as Shri also, and then Lakshmi. And she goes to Mahavishnu. So one who uses wealth to serve everybody, who doesn't accumulate wealth, who doesn't get his identity from wealth. Does Vishnu Bhagavan's identity come from his wealth? It comes from his blissful nature. Wealth stays steadily at the feet of such a person. Who doesn't... Today our whole equation is what in the world? We define ourselves with the wealth. Our youngsters, we teach them that. How much package will you get? What is your annual take-home package? See, at one level, wealth is required, there is no question about that. But Lakshmi Devi is not dhan. Lakshmi Devi is not just wealth. Lakshmi Devi is purity. Lakshmi Devi is values. Lakshmi Devi is detachment. She is the one who serves everybody and brings happiness to all. That's the purpose. No? If we teach our children that, wealth will follow automatically. We teach children to run behind wealth, stress, tension, anxiety, all that will follow, and they will keep comparing between themselves with others, and then they will feel lesser, greater, all that will happen. So Dhanatrayodashi, Lakshmi Devi manifests, and Dhanvantari Devata comes out. Who is Dhanvantari Devata? He is the deity of Ayurveda. Ayurveda as a lifestyle, is it not telling us to live a sattvic lifestyle? Identifying our temperament of Vata, Pitta, Kapha combination, then live life according to that, so that the Sattva Guna will increase. So Dwadashi is also for Sattva Guna. Trayodashi also is for Sattva Guna. Lakshmi Devi also for Sattva Guna, and Dhanvantari Devata. Dhanvantari Devata is again a manifestation of Bhagavan Vishnu. So, today we will chant one simple mantra of Dhanvantari Devata. There is a big mantra that you repeat once, and then we will chant Dhanvantari Gayatri 5 times. Okay, the big mantra is this: Om Namo Bhagavate
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Dhanvantaraye
Dhanvantaraye
Amrita Kalashahastaya
Amritakalashahastaya
Vajra
Vajra
Jalauka
Jalauka
Hastaya
Hastaya
Sarvamaya
Sarvamaya
Vinashanaya
Vinashanaya
Trailokyanaathaya
Trailokyanaathaya
Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
This is the big mantra of Dhanvantari Devata, which describes his whole form. Now the Taraka mantra of Dhanvantari Devata is very small. This we will chant 5 times. This is not the Gayatri, this is the Tarak mantra. Om Dham Dhanvantaraye Namaha.
Om Ram Dhanvantaraye Namaha.
So this we will chant together 5 times. Om Dham Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dham Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dham Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dham Dhanvantaraye Namaha. So Dhanvantari Devata manifests, and we pray to Dhanvantari Devata, bless us with good health to achieve whatever we want to achieve in life, all our goals, and may with a healthy body we serve everyone. And body can be healthy when there is at least 70% of Sattva Guna which we take in as input in the body. 30% it's okay, you can have Rajasic, Tamasic if you want, but 70% should be Sattvic. Ulta ratio it is right now. And many people don't like their body. For I don't know why, but there are lots of people who don't like their body. They feel, no, I'm not good looking, or my skin is like this, or I'm putting on weight, or I'm fat, or I'm this, or I'm that. How much body shaming goes on, Baap re Baap. Body is a nice tool to do sadhana, and we should do whatever best we can. So one positive resolution one should take on Dhanvantari, on Dhanteras day, is this body is my wealth. This body, Bhagwan's instrument it is. Bhagwan has blessed me. I love this body, I take care of this body. That much we should tell. Our self-talk should not be anything negative about the body. Because a lot of diseases come because of negative self-talk about the body. So let the self-talk be positive. Be grateful to Bhagwan for whatever body He has given us, because the main purpose of human body is what? Realize the truth. So can body be sattvic? Can I make this body sattvic? This body is a temple of God. Simple. That we should remember. Deho devalaya proktaha. This body is a temple of God. Bhagwan has blessed me with this body. I am using this to serve Bhagwan, and He resides in this heart. In the 17th chapter, very clearly Bhagavan says, Karshayanta sharirastham bhutagramam achetasaha rakshasi masurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shrita. These people who torture their body, they are torturing whom? Sorry, the last one, second line I said wrong. Mamchaivanta sharirastham. That's the last second line. So he says that those people who torture their bodies, they are actually torturing me. I am the indweller. We don't have to torture the body. Tapasya we can do to have a certain self-control, but torture is not required. So Dhanvantari Devata, after all the churning is over, he comes out with pot of nectar. That nectar is supposed to be immortality. And Dhanvantari Devata can bless us with immortality, but which immortality? Devatas wanted only relative immortality. But Dhanvantari Devata is the avatar of Mahavishnu himself. If they wanted absolute immortality, they would have been blessed with that. They wanted relative immortality only. All that effort of churning of the ocean finally landed up in what? Some relative immortality, where they took that Amrit and they consumed it and they became immortal for a long period of time, and then the body will drop. And 4 drops of those Amrit fell on the earth. Which 4 places it fell? Nashik, then Prayagraj, then Haridwar.
Where the Kumbh happens.
Correct. Not in Kashi. Are Kumbh is not a place.
No, where the Kumbh happens.
I know. 4th place batao.
Ujjain.
Ujjain. 4th is Ujjain. In these 4 places only this happens. Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nashik, Ujjain. 12 years in each place it will happen as per the planetary positions.
So, Swamiji, was it different between a Kumbh and a Mahakumbh?
See, Mahakumbh happens once in 144 years, okay? And unfortunately nowadays people are calling every Kumbh Mahakumbh. That is very sad. Next year Kumbh Mela is there.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be Prayagraj. Because in Prayag and Haridwar, Kumbh will happen every 6 years. Ardha Kumbh will also happen. So 2019 it happened in Prayag. 25 it will happen again in Prayag. It is not a Mahakumbh in the technical sense of the definition. Purna Kumbha means once in 12 years. Ardha Kumbha once in 6 years. Kumbha is once in 3 years. 3 years. That it will rotate between these 4. And Mahakumbha once in 144 years it will happen. So, the idea is Sattvikta we cultivate at the body level also. And that day one should worship Dhanvantari Devata for sure. People do only Lakshmi Pujan on that day. Again Dhanvantari Bhagavan is forgotten. Samudra Manthan forgotten. Yamraj forgotten. All these we forget. Lakshmi, 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 Lakshmi. पागल हो गए सब इतना लक्ष्मी के पीछे. लक्ष्मी देवी मत भी कहते कि छोड़ो भाई मुझे, बाकी इतने सारे उनके पीछे जाओ. How much? And by the way, Lakshmi Devi descends on earth only on 14th night. Technically, she descends on earth that day only. So anyway, so 13th, that is Trayodashi. Then Chaturdashi. That is called Naraka Chaturdashi. Now 13th evening, we are supposed to light 2 lamps in the threshold. That is Yama Deepadan. That is to avoid Apamrityu. One should light 2 lamps. Technically, Deepavali, people observe on these 3 days. Main 3 days they will say is these 3. Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, Amavasya. Then we start from Ekadashi, then Dwadashi and Govatsa Dwadashi. Some people, we celebrate Vagh Baras. In Gujarat, Vagh Baras. That day, they make that some kheer and vada and all that. Many places, Maharashtra and other places, they do Govatsa Dwadashi. Then Trayodashi. So Trayodashi we light 2 lamps. Then Chaturdashi. Chaturdashi is celebrated for what? Krishna Bhagwan kills Narakasura. Narakasura, who is Narakasura actually?
He is the son of earth, Bhumi.
And he is the son of Bhumi Mata and Vishnu Bhagwan. When Vishnu Bhagwan has lifted the earth during Varaha avatar, no, he brings the earth back to its position. Earth is not drowned in water. Please, people don't understand that, and then children ask question, and then the people are foxed. They say earth is already having water. How can earth drown in water? So earth had not drowned inside water in that sense. Earth has gone to the Sutala Loka. It has fallen to that level, down. There in the water she was. So these are lokas, the concept is of lokas. So there earth is down in that. And then from there he brings up. Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Rasatal, not Sutal. Sutal is where Baliraja goes. Rasatal, the earth has gone into. And he brings her up there, and a son is born to them, that is Narakasura.
Swamiji, is that why he's called Medinipati?
Medinipati is, Bhagavan is called Medinipati because Medini is earth.
Because he is Bhumi Devi.
So he is anyway married to her, no? Because Sri Devi and Bhu Devi, they are his consorts, even in Tirupati if you see. So that's why Medinipati. Not necessarily only because of that. So now just think about it. Narakasura is born to Vishnu Bhagwan and Bhumi Devi. भगवान का बच्चा भी असुर हो सकता है, तो हमारा बच्चा होगा तो क्या दिक्कत है? ठीक है बात. आई एम नॉट जस्टिफाइंग इट, बट हाँ, see, the genes will come, not necessarily always only genes. No, it's a past karma also, no, of that jiva. He is born through Bhagwan and this Bhumi Devi. He turns out to be Asura. And once he turns out to be an Asura, he has captured the 16,000 princess. Mother Earth only goes to Vishnu Bhagwan and says, now I can't deal with this fellow and his trouble. Now you please come and destroy him. So she takes the form of a cow and goes. Again, see, Bhumi Mata also takes the form of a cow. And she goes, and Bhagwan assures her, and then when he comes, how does he kill Narakasura? So there is always this. So with Satyabhama, he comes on the Garuda and goes and kills this Narakasura, keeping Satyabhama in front. And then Narakasura is killed. And all those 16,000 princes, they get freed. And they seek refuge of Bhagwan. They could have gone back or they could have done anything they want, but they all chose the refuge of Bhagwan. And Bhagwan accepts them also. And that's how he has how many wives? 16,008 wives. Now, the point to understand here is how this is also Sattva Guna only. Cow and Bhagwan, they give birth to this Narakasura. But he becomes a Narakasura, falls from his own this thing. The symbolism is what? All of us are Narakasuras, or not? We are a product of what? Matter and spirit, consciousness and Panchamahabhuta, right? This BMI is made up of that only. And this forgetting our nature is divine, we have identified with this one thing and now we have become Narakasura, each one. And what are the 16,000? They all are our vasanas, desires, so many things that we have captured and kept. And that is driving us life after life, making Naraka for us also and making Naraka for others also. So that has to be killed. So Bhumi Mata goes, one part in us is that which will seek the divine. Other part will continue to do all kinds of gadbad. That one part which seeks the divinity is the seeker, and the seeker prays to Bhagavan saying, please destroy this ego of mine. It is not going to surrender by itself. You please destroy. With Satya, Bhagavan comes. A seeker has to follow Satya. Again, Satya is most important quality. Satya, Ahimsa and Brahmacharya. I call it as SAB, S-A-B. सनातन धर्म का सब ये तीन शब्द में आ गया, सत्य, अहिंसा एंड ब्रह्मचर्य. If we follow these three, and festivals are to help us to do this. So when a person takes vrata, one should live in this Satya, Ahimsa and Brahmacharya. Lakshmi also will come to a person who follows only these things. If values are not followed, Lakshmi will not stay more. It may appear to us that enough people are there with whom Lakshmi is there even if they don't follow values, but that Lakshmi will not be able to bless that person with what it can actually bless, which is Sattva Guna, which is purity, which is unfoldment spiritually. Some wealth one may have, it will bind more and more. So one should worship that Lord through this Satyam, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya. So Satyabhama is kept in front and Bhagavan comes and he destroys us Narakasura. See, our culture, if you see, wherever there is evil and Bhagavan is in that specific form as a Kshatriya, he goes and destroys the evil. It is not that he says Ahimsa is a supreme dharma, I will not kill anybody. Where it has to be done, it has to be done. There is no solution there. Finish him, khatam. Somewhere we have become like that, pacifists or what you call passive, in the name of Ahimsa. Continuously people keep attacking our Sanatan Dharma and we are sitting quietly. We have no idea what to do. No unity, nothing. People have the audacity to spoil our Tirupati Prasad and we just see on the media, हाँ ठीक है हो गया. कुछ नहीं होगा हमसे. They will come, finish everything and go. Festivals and our deities will teach us that you be united, come together and protest and fight. This can't happen now. And this is nothing to do with only politics. This is about our existence. Please, we have to remember that. When existential threat is there, if we don't unite, it is over. What is happening to Hindus in Bangladesh and Pakistan? You see their numbers. How much is this reducing or not? It's a matter of time. Demography, wherever it has changed, the Hindus are going through persecution even in this country. So many festivals now, stone pelting and all that is happening or not? Socho. So awakening has to happen. People need to know this is not right. Different ways one has to voice out. So Krishna, when we say victory of good over evil, victory of good over evil, every time we say that, Vijayadashmi, victory of good over evil, Deepavali, victory of good over evil, and Narakasura was killed by Krishna Bhagavan, Ravan was killed by Bhagavan Ram, but I will not do anything when my culture is attacked. Then what are we celebrating the festival for? I am not saying we take up the arms and we go and fight, but so many different ways attacks happen on us. How do we even create awareness? How do we even make people aware? And how do we support those who are helping to protect our Sanatan Dharma? That is important aspect. So Narakasura is killed on that day. Is the celebration of freedom. And 16,000 princes go and take refuge. Did we take refuge of Bhagavan or not? How much of our mind has taken refuge and how much has not? Deepavali is the day to understand that, and when Sattva Guna is maximum, full surrender can happen. And Naraka Chaturdashi is also the day to remember Yamraj. To remember that I don't want to die and go to hell. Which means what? I have to live with Satya and surrender. Right? That is Satyabhama and Krishna Bhagavan. If I surrender to Krishna Bhagavan and if I live with Satyam, I will not go to hell. If I compromise in these two, I will be living hell here also and hereafter also will be hell. And don't think Naraka is not real. Don't think Naraka is all in the mind only. We have come here, no? Is this real or not to us? Like that, there are different lokas where we will get appropriate bodies and we will go. Don't fall for this stupid narrative people have. किसने देखा, किसने नहीं देखा, इसलिए है ही नहीं. तो Big Bang किसने देखा, बताओ. You can't go by that logic. we go by time-tested logic. You may say there's some scientific calculation which one can do and understand कि Big Bang happened and all that. But you didn't experience, no? So many Mahatmas, they speak to us, and many people who know how to do astral travel and all that, they will also tell you these things are all there. So the point is not to get scared. Point is to commit oneself to living a dharmic life. So again, Naraka Chaturdashi is celebrated to invoke Sattva Guna. And you know the important point is, if I remember death, my whole life will come into order. We live as though we are never going to die, and we die as though we have never lived. That's how we live. Deepavali, Naraka Chaturdashi day is the day to ask myself, if Yamaraj comes now, am I ready to face him? If I am not ready to face him, what are my attachments? What am I waiting for? 1. 2, if I am ready to face him, do I feel happy that I lived a virtuous life, value-based life, and whatever is karma, Bhagwan gives karma phala, I will go. If there is a fear, mera kya hoga? That means 2 things. Either one has not surrendered, or one has done and one wants to do some more, what you call, negative karmas. One is not following the values. So on this day, we worship Yamaraj actually, and lamps are lit for Yamaraj, and we chant, Yama Tarpana is done. 14 names of Yamaraj we will remember on this day. So you chant that shloka. See, I am making you chant all this because I don't know how much you will chant at home, but we should chant and remember. This is all there in Puranas, Bhavishottara, Padma Puran, various other Puranas it is there. So what one has to do, one has to actually take water and sesame seed etc. and offer to Yamaraj on Chaturdashi day. Chant. Yamaya Dharma Rajaya Mrityave Chantakaya Cha Vaivasvataya Kalaya Sarvabhutakshayaya Cha Audumbaraya Daghnaya Nilaya Paramesthine Vrikodharaya Chitraya Chitraguptaya Vai Namaha. These are 14 names. Yamaya, Dharmarajaya, Mrityave, Chantakaya, Vaivasvataya, Kalaya, Sarvabhutakshayaya Cha. Audumbaraya, Daghnaya, Nilaya, Parameshtine, Vrikodharaya, Chitraya, Chitraguptaya. 14 names. 14 names. Why only 14? Very interesting. Because there are 14 lokas. 7 and 7. Be free from all 14 and realize Brahman. All. You want to go to Swarga, you can go, no problem. Yeah, जिसको जाना है जहाँ पे जिस लोक में जाना है आप जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. It's not that if you chant this, अरे मेरा स्वर्ग का पूरा टिकट कैंसिल हो गया है. As per your karma, you will go where you have to go. But the point is 14. So 14 has different significances. 114 is to say 14 lokas, oh Yamaraj, help me to get out of this. Because Yamaraj is Dharmaraj. See, we think of Yamaraj and what comes to our mind is a terrible person, black in color, with horns and buffalo and nose. That's all our portrayal, which is terrible. Yamaraj is very handsome. I am not joking. He is not black color. पता नहीं black क्यों बना दिया उनको. If you see the picture of Yamaraj, no, he is not at all like that. He is very, very what you call fair, good looking, and different ayudhas and all he has. he is a deity of Nyaya, Dharma. And one who follows Dharma ultimately will go beyond 14 lokas. And Dharma means abidance in right values, Sattva Guna. Rajas and Tamas will make us compromise somewhere from Dharma. Sattva will help us to abide in Dharma. So that is the second reason why we celebrate this. 14 lokas and 14. Who makes our life hell, you know? Our 5 senses of knowledge, 5 senses of action, mind, intellect, memory, ego. If these are not following Dharma, our life will be Naraka only. We may call that as Swarga, that is a different thing. Deepavali nowadays, what do people do? Some of them drink. This is a control, festival of self-control, tapasya, sadhana. Drinking. Now that intelligent people who will think about science and who will quote science and to prove it to me scientifically about all spiritual things, scientifically it is proved that 0% of alcohol is good for the body. Still they will drink. They just need an occasion to drink. So our life will be a hell if these 14 are not following Dharma and they are not in control. We pray to Dharmaraj, please bless us that these senses come in our control, mind, intellect, memory, ego, that comes in our control. And on this day, we also do Ulka Dan. Show the sparkles to the ancestors. So we will chant those shlokas, and when we go out, we are going to burst, but that time it is not going to happen. Questions I will take at the end. So we will chant now. And why do we do this Ulka Dan? It's very interesting. It is done because in this Shraddha period, they come down, and especially on Mahalaya Amavasya, they come and they go back now. And when they are going back, we are lighting their way through the sparkles, and we are grateful to them. They came, they gave us their blessings, and they were, we remembered them, the values, the culture that they have given, and now they are returning. So may they reach where they have to reach safely, happily. That is one reason. That is for to light their path. But more importantly, many of them possibly have died and they have not got cremated. They have not got a proper cremation, or some have got cremation but without rituals. So all those people, the shloka very clearly says here that may those men in my family who were cremated and those who had no cremation performed for them, and those that were burnt only by fire without any rituals, may they reach the highest state. That we are praying for them to attain the highest state. So again, this is for them. Chant this. Tula samsthe sahasramshao pradoshe bhuta darshayoho ulka hastana rakuryuhu pitrunam margadarshanam Agnidagdhascha ye jivaha yepya dagdha kule mama ujjvala jyotisha dagdha te yantu paramam gatim. So if you see various Puranas, and especially Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, Ananda Ramayana, in that you will see that there is a description of fireworks. Samarth Ramdas ji has described fireworks. So many people, today there is some theory going around that this have come from China, so 18th, 19th century it has come and all that. It is there in our culture. Some new different types of bombs and this and that, maybe it has come from wherever else. But fireworks is inherent to Sanatana Dharma. It's there very clearly in our scriptures. Don't think that this is later on addition. On this day we are supposed to do. So with those people who say that why can't we celebrate Deepavali without firecrackers? We can't. Because this is our spiritual ritual and we are praying for our ancestors and we are offering this to Yamraj and we are telling this for our ancestors and we are showing them the way. And this is there in not only in our culture, even in Chinese culture, in Thanksgiving and many of these, they do the similar things only, where they will light lantern. But they want light for their, what you call, ancestors. So one should not think that this is some new invention and so we can do away without it. No, we can't do away without it. This is a part of our Sanatana Dharma and we will do this. So on this day, that is one more thing that is done. And on this day is when Lakshmi Devi will descend into oil. So traditionally the lamps are lit with tilka tel. What is it called? Sesame seed oil. Sesame oil. So that is the shloka on this day where she descends, the deity, she comes and Ganga Devi also descends in water. That is interesting. Taile Lakshmi Jale Ganga Deepavalya Chaturdashim Prata Snanam Tuya Kuryat Yamalokam Na Pashyati. One important thing that is to be done on 3 days is take Abhyanga Snana, do oil bath. Means oil massage one has to do and then take bath. Which 3 days? Trayadashi, Chaturdashi and Amavasya. 3 days. One should take oil bath. So that is what is done on Chaturdashi. Then comes Deepavali day. And Deepavali, what do we do? Swamiji, that is the day we go out. सब खत्म करके घर में हम जाते हैं. That is the Amavasya night. When is Deepavali to be celebrated? The night when Amavasya is there, not the day. This time it is on 31st October. Some people celebrate on 1st November. 31st October from after 320 or 340 some time it is, I don't remember. Uske baad the Amavasya Tithi will start. So that night we have to celebrate Deepavali. Worship Mother Lakshmi that night.
They are celebrating on first.
It's all half.
See, it may be half, but very clear the instruction, the scripture is saying, it the night of Amavasya we are supposed to celebrate.
Why would they are celebrating on first?
Because people may want to go there on that day possibly. They are celebrating for Ramji, because Ram Mandir, right? They may want to do that for that day. They are not possibly doing Lakshmi Puja that time.
Ramji ka bhi now today from that Ayodhya is doing on 31st night.
अस्सी 31st हो गया अभी.
Change हुआ.
Possible change हुआ होगा. Technically from Tithi standpoint is what we should go by. See, half matlab kya? There is a scripture gives very clear instruction which will be done in the night, which will be done in the Udyapan. Very clearly it will be said. So we have to follow that. Now, on that night is when we worship. So, but that day what is supposed to be done is very interesting. वो तो हम कोई करते ही नहीं. Exact ulta only we do. So first thing what has to be done on that day, get up early morning, take an oil bath. If you are able to put some of these leaves of some of these trees, that is good if one is able to put all those different.
You get the paste which you buy and you rub it with oil.
If you are getting that is good. So Ashwatha, Udumbara, Plaksha, Amra and Vata. These 5 or a combination of these, one is supposed to put this in the water and then take bath with that water. Then one is supposed to perform Parvana Shraddha for the ancestors. I told Yamaraj, ancestors, wo sabko to Diwali mein bhul hi gaye. Parvana Shraddha has to be done for the ancestors. Using milk and other things they will do. Then Lakshmi Devi is worshipped in the morning once. And through the day, one will have fast. No eating on that day. We to go on eating. Exact ulta. That day is supposed to be the fast day. No eating on that day till the night. Then one will worship Mother, one will take bath in the evening, worship Mother Lakshmi wearing white clothes and ornaments. Again purity, again Sattva Guna. You see, each day, Deepavali is a day to increase Sattva Guna maximum. Maximize your Sattva Guna, that's Deepavali. Light will not come otherwise. We think light is lamp, lighting is only to remove darkness and bring wealth in our life, and everybody wishes also for that only, ki may your life have peace, prosperity and this and that. Sattva Guna badhna chahiye. That is the real light, real wealth. So, Lakshmi Devi, one worships that night again. So, twice one has to worship Mother Lakshmi. Once the tithi starts, you want to take bath, that time you take bath and do. Ideally, that's how it will be done if the mixed tithi is there. If it is there from morning to evening, then you follow this. So when one worships Mother Lakshmi on that evening, then one breaks the fast, one eats the food, and that night one has festivities, one celebrates and all that, and one goes out, one exchanges gifts with each other. It is said women shout loudly and blow their drums, and they have winnows with them, na? So they blow the winnows also, and the idea is that Lakshmi is worshipped and Alakshmi is driven out. Alakshmi is the sister of Lakshmi, and Alakshmi is born before Lakshmi from Samudra Manthan. So that Alakshmi is called Jyeshtha. Because of that she is called Jyeshtha. She is the elder sister. Bad luck is the elder sister of good luck, so called. I mean, Lakshmi Devi is not luck, but just to say Lakshmi and Lakshmi. So people say that Lakshmi has to be driven out, Lakshmi has to be worshipped. Means what? In our mind, whatever negativities, tamo guna is there, selfishness is there, drive it out. And worship Mother Lakshmi on that day with purity, that may she bless us with wealth, which is not just financial wealth, but wealth of values, virtues, spiritual knowledge. Lakshmi Devi is the deity who will grant mukti and success. You know, it is said that Parvati Devi worshipped Mahalakshmi on that day, on the Chaturdashi, on the Deepavali day, and so next day when she played with Bhagwan Shiva, Shivji lost everything and Mother Parvati won everything. So that is, now people do gambling on that day. Gambling one should never do. There is no gambling, they simply play of dice. And that Bhagwan played as a sport. And the idea is to show that, you know, we should know how to take winning and losing in our stride and learn to take this as a part of life without forgetting the divine. In winning and losing, we get so carried away and caught up that we forget Bhagwan only. So what happens? That night we are not supposed to gamble. Lakshmi is considered as mother, no? Will you take mother to a gambling den, to a place where people are doing any nonsense? No. That's why I'm saying what the festival is intended for and where the festival has landed is completely different. We are supposed to worship wealth, and that same night then we want to sit and gamble. Never. That is disrespect of Mother Lakshmi, actually speaking. So one should not do. One play as a sport, you know, play whatever, you know, that Ludo and all that you play, that's a game of dice, right? In that there is no gambling that happens. So game of dice is not equal to gambling. So Shivji and Parvati ji, they played game of dice and Shivji lost, Parvati ji won, and everybody was so thrilled in Parvati ji's side and people are very sad Shivji's side. And this is depicted very nicely in Ellora. If you have seen that Kailasa temple, there is a nice big sculpture of that, Shivji and Parvati ji playing. Through that, all messages are given to us only, know that Bhagwan also goes through. And Shivji was sad, but he still didn't become devastated and all that. No? So he took it in his stride. So that is the day when Mother Lakshmi is worshipped, and technically Deepavali gets over with that. Next day is supposed to be Bali Pratipada. Bali Raja is actually given 3 days to come out. As per the Puranas, they say Bali Raja comes out now during the Trayodashi, Chaturdashi and Amavasya. And then on Pratipada we worship Bhagwan Vamana and Bali Raja, and we remember his sacrifice again. Again, that is Sattva Guna, where he surrenders himself completely to Bhagwan. In Kerala they will say it is Onam time, but Puranas here they say it is this time where Bali Raja actually comes out. And so one worships Bali Raja. So on this Deepavali day, we worship Mother Lakshmi, and for Mother Lakshmi, generally one can chant Shri Suktam, 108 names of Mother Lakshmi, Lakshmi Ji's Aarti, all that one can do. So I am not going into that. Today we will just chant Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha 5 times. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. 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 Next day we worship Bali Raja and we remember him. So chant the shloka. Bali Raja Namastubhyam.
Bali Raja Namastubhyam.
Virochana Sutta Prabho.
Virochana Sutta Prabho.
Bhavishyendra Surarate.
Bhavishyendra Surarate.
Pujeyam Pratigruhyatam.
Pujeyam Pratigruhyatam.
You know, especially those who are leaders, directors, owners, kings, all these people, they should definitely worship Bali Raja. That's what is said here. Especially a king, a leader must do this. 3 anjalis of flowers are offered to Bali, chanting this shloka. This is in Bhavishya Uttara and Padma Puran. And that evening, one again keeps whole night awake. 2 nights one is awake. One is Deepavali night, second is this Bali Pratipada. So one keeps awake and arranges various Puranic, what you call, dramas, theatres, one watches. That's what is said here. And whatever dan is done on that day will get 100-fold reward. Some people also celebrate this as Annakut. Annakut is made and offered to Krishna Bhagwan. So Bali Pratipada is also called Veera Pratipada in Vaman Puran, and is also called Dyuta Pratipada, because that next day when people do the game of dice. Again, people do light lamps on this day also if they want to, and some people worship cow again on this day. So the Govarsa Dwadashi also is worshipped, and again here also it is worshipped. People believe that Govardhan Parvat is lifted by Bhagwan and he gave protection to all, so one worships. And the last day is Yamadvitiya. So Yamadvitiya or Bhratradvitiya. So Yamaraj very busy. So many jivas, he has to take them. So Yamuna Devi keeps on calling him, please come to our house, please come to our house, I want to feed you, but he doesn't go only. Then one day he feels, nobody wants me in their house. Nobody invites me to the house. But if my sister is calling me, I should go. So Yamaraj goes on that day to Yamuna Devi's house, and she is so happy and she feeds him. And Yamaraj says, ask what you want. And Yamuna Devi says that on this day, whichever brother is invited by the sister and they have a meal together, you please grant protection to them and fearlessness to them. So on this day, what is actually done? See, on this day, the brother has to start from his house worshipping whom? Yamaraj. he should start worshipping Yamaraj. Then he comes to the house. Together, both of them will worship Yamaraj, and they will also remember 8 Chiranjeevis. On that day, we should remember 8 Chiranjeevis. So you chant that shloka. Okay, this shloka is a different one. These are worship for Yamaraj. Dharmaraja namastestu. Namaste Yamunagraja. Pahi mam kinkarai sardham. Surya putra namostute. So one worships Yamaraj, one worships Yamuna Devi also. Repeat this shloka for Yamuna Devi. Yamasva sarnamastestu. Yamune loka pujite. Varada bhava me nityam. Surya putri namostute. So one worships Yamaraj, Yamuna Devi, and remembers all the 8 Chiranjeevis. And once you remember, what is the idea here? Sister and brother, both of them are praying for well-being and long life of each other. Markandeyo balirvyaso. Hanumanscha vibhishanaha. Kripo drauni parashurama. Ete ashtau chirajeevinaha. So bas, one worships all these 8 Chiranjeevis for long life. Now these are the traditions to follow, and again in this we invoke Yamaraj, we pray for the well-being, long life of each one, attain whatever goals one has, and finally attain immortality. Absolute fearlessness comes when one realizes the truth. So full Deepavali, remember one word, Sattva Guna. And every day ask, did I increase my Sattva Guna a little or not? Bolo Lakshmi Mata ki Jai. Bolo Gau Mata ki Jai. Bolo Dhanvantari Bhagwan ki Jai. Bolo Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Bolo Dharmaraj Yamaraj ki Jai. Bolo Syavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Bolo Yamuna Mata ki Jai. Bolo Uma Maheshwar Bhagwan ki Jai. All deities we have remembered, all connected to Deepavali. Bolo Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Bolo Ashta Chiranjeeviyon ki Jai. Sanatan Hindu Dharma ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Thank you very much everyone. You are going to get one small shloka that I wrote just to remember. You know, in Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, in many of these places, we don't find celebration of Deepavali and Bhagwan Ram's return mentioned. Anand Ramayana has, and I think Skanda Puran has. I have to yet verify it, but that's what I came to know. That is how it is connected. So if somebody asks, you should know that. It is not there in Ramayana. It's there in Skanda Puran, I think, and Ananda Ramayana. So this is a shloka. Yama prasadato abhitim. With the blessing of Yamaraj, may we get fearlessness. Samriddhir Lakshmi anugrahat. May we get prosperity through the blessings of Mother Lakshmi. Then agate raghave saukhyam. Because Bhagwan Ram has come, may our heart be like that Bhagwan comes into our heart. May we experience a lot of bliss. Deepavalyam bhavantunaha. In Deepavali, may all of us experience this. So this prasad you will get along with this and that. So after this is over, you can come and take, and then we will burst some crackers. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate
पूर्णस्य
Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari